Wow. Well, I'm very excited because that was Grace Bergere, and she is here in the studio. Now, let's see which mic that is. Talk for a second.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so we have the right mic. So, that was A Little Blood, and I've been playing that here on the show since you gave me the CD a few months ago, and that is also the title track, and the album is finally coming out.
Yes. Well, we finally have a vinyl, which for me, it's not real until there's vinyl. So I'm really, really excited. But it came out a few months ago on Casa Gogo Records, digitally. But yes, now we have vinyl. I'm so excited.
Right, the tangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been the dream.
I agree. I'm very much with you on that. And and you're going to be performing tomorrow night at the Bowery Ballroom.
Yeah, I'm going to be performing on a bill with a lot of other people on the label on Casa Gogo. It's Eugene Hoots' label from Gogo Bordello. And yeah, so tomorrow there's going to be it's like a long show. There's like five bands. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
The ubiquitous and energetic Eugene Hoots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's something else. Now, the songs that we were just listening to, a lot of them were your choices because you're going to play some music live. And just like before a live show, often the artist will put together the intro tape because, it gets you in that spot that inspires you so that you do your own music. So I'm just going to say that we just heard you. Before that, we heard Elliott Smith with Southern Belle, PJ Harvey with Oh My Lover, that one's off of Dry, Mary Shelley with She's a Star. You want to tell us something about Mary Shelley?
Yeah, I got to tour with Mary Shelley on the West Coast. They're on Casa Gogo, and they're going to be performing tomorrow night also. And they're amazing live. If you haven't seen them, they not only are fantastic musicians, but they also really know how to put on a show.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We like that. Ahead of that, we heard from Mark Lanigan, the late Mark Lanigan, with 100 Days. And I love what you said to me about him when you first heard him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was so... I was actually working in Senegal. And, I heard... I forget what song, and I was so happy that he was a living musician, because it's rare that most of my favorite musicians are no longer with us, and at the time he was, and I was so excited to discover him. And then I came back to the States, and unfortunately he passed away, and it was really, really heartbreaking.
So you never had a chance to see him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Well, but we can listen to his recordings. Ahead of that, we heard from Puzzled Panther with Legs Long. And are they playing tomorrow night too?
Yes, they are. They're headlining. They're one of the headliners tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've also gotten to tour with them, and they're one of my favorite bands, and also they're some of my favorite human beings. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a nice combination. And we heard two before that I picked. And one of them is very exciting. Maybe you saw this band they were on with Jimmy Fallon earlier this week. Wet Leg finally are back with new music. A lot of people said they're only going to put out one record and that's it. You're never going to hear of them again. But they are back. And they were great on TV the other night. So the new song is called Catch These Fists. And I have a feeling you'll hear it here on WFUV quite a bit. And we also heard from Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass with Ask the Angels from the album Going Places. I went to see him on Tuesday night. The plan was that I was going to see just part of the show and then go see Beth Gibbons up at the Beacon. And Herb Alpert was like so amazing that we stayed, and so we missed most of Beth Gibbons, and I'm kind of horrified to admit that, because both of those shows, why did they have to be the same night? Why? So now I'm toying with the idea of flying to London or Paris or somewhere to catch her, because it won't happen again soon. And by all accounts, that show was just tremendous. I'm glad I saw a little bit of it, but it was a very Sophie's Choice kind of situation. Anyway, you're listening to The Whole Wide World here on member-supported WFUV. My name is Delphine Blue, and I'm going to take care of a little bit of station business, and then you want to play a song? Or you want to
Sure.
talk some more first? Are you ready?
Well, I could play and then we can talk.
Okay, so hang on first. FUV and Live Nation welcome the Saw Doctors to Summer Stage Central Park on Saturday, July 26th. Tickets and info at livenation.com. That's the Saw Doctors, July 26th at Summer Stage Central Park from City Parks Foundation, Live Nation, and media partner FUV. That's also Mick Jagger's birthday, if you want any rock trivia. There you go. And sit tight, and Grace is going to do some live songs for us.
The Bruce Museum joins you in supporting WFUV. Now on view at the Bruce in Greenwich, Blanche Lazelle, Becoming an American Modernist. The first monographic show of her works in 20 years. A champion of abstract art, the exhibit showcases Lazelle's journey across various stages of her career with paintings, prints, and other art forms on paper. Info at brucemuseum.org.
The law offices of brothers Sean and Chris Downs join you in supporting WFUV. Combined, Sean and Chris Downs have 70 years of legal experience, representing those injured in accidents, including construction, scaffolding, automobile, and other types of accidents. Further information at 212-248-3232 or SeanDownsAttorney.com.
Just a quick reminder, if you've got a car you don't need, you can donate it to FUV. Running or not, your unwanted vehicle could be worth hundreds and can fuel the station with all your favorite music. The process is easier than you think. Pickup is fast and free, and your gift is tax deductible. To learn more, call 888-400-5520 or visit WFUV.org/vehicle. And you are listening to The Whole Wide World here on member-supported WFUV. Right now, a treat. Grace Bergere live in the studio here at 90.7 WFUV.
Question what is wrong with the way the wind blows. Don't think that you won't feel it too on some night when you meet someone new, and she only sees the best in you. One
Grace Bergere, live here in the studio at WFUV in 3D. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. What happens if you talk into them?
It's very reverby.
Oh yeah, so you have to go over to the
Is
other.
that good? I could turn the reverb down.
If you want to do another song, stay there. If you want to talk, then you're gonna have to move.
Well, I might do one more song.
Okay, but first tell us the name of that
Oh,
song.
okay. Let me wait.
Do you want to put on those headphones, by the way? We're being very real here.
Okay.
Oh.
All of the magic. No, go.
Ah.
Just kidding. That's called The Wind. I think.
Oh,
That
so
one's
it's
not
new.
out yet. Yeah, it's
Oh.
new. Actually, a lot of these ones are not out yet. But I will be playing them tomorrow with my full band.
But I'm gonna request request that you play "Come and Go."
Oh, now?
No, when
Oh, yes, I
if you
will play
want.
"Come and Go,"
Okay,
yes.
because I love it. All right,
That
so
song is on my album.
all right, I'm gonna stop talking and leave it back to Grace Bergere live in the studio of WFUV. You're listening to the whole wide world. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, this is brand new. I'm very excited to show it to you, but I'm definitely taking a risk because it is brand new. Time's come to light a cigarette. Look up at the sky and take my final breath. Dinner's on, getting cold, and there's no one here to pick up the phone. He will see that what he did was wrong when he discovers me, if he ever comes along. But I've been waiting here long before I was gone. Slowly disappeared like the dark at light of dawn. Begging him to act like a man. He ran, screaming, not even a friend. And I can't change him or anyone, so I'll be going to chase down the sun. I can't change him. I can't change him. I can't change him. I can't change him. You wonder what really did me in. Was it love or weakness? Was it me or him? But I never bet on anyone who wins. Always put my trust in vain and selfish men. Begging him to act like a man. He ran, screaming, not even my friend. And I can't change him or anyone, so I'll be going to chase down the sun. I can't change him. I can't change him. I can't change him. I can't change him.
Does it have a name?
That one is called Cigarette.
Cigarette. All right. Okay. All right. So can I implore you to just come to this mic so I can ask you a million questions? Because I would like the audience to find out who you are. I bet they're as curious as I am. By the way, my guest is Grace Bergere, and she has a brand new album, A Little Blood. And hi, Grace.
Hello.
Hey. Thank you so much for coming to the Bronx. I really,
Oh
really
yeah,
appreciate
it's
it.
beautiful. Thank you for
It-
inviting me.
Yeah, live is always the most fun.
Yeah,
So,
and not at all stressful in any way.
not at all, not even a little bit,
No.
not even after decades of doing it. Isn't it funny how some things never change? So you're all right. Where do we start? You're from New York,
Yes.
and you started out basically busking. Is that accurate?
Yeah, sort of. Both of my parents are musicians, and
What do they play?
they both play guitar, and they're both jazzy. My mom's a little folkier, but so yeah, I've been playing music. I'm lucky because I grew up in a very musical household.
You sound like you've been playing music your whole life.
Thank you.
The way you play your guitar is quite beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you play anything else?
I play a lot of things. Like on the record, I'm playing. Well, it doesn't really count because it's on the record, so there's a lot of magic. I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable playing vibraphones live at a show.
Wow.
But I did play them on the record. But yeah, mainly guitar and bass. But I also play harmonium and a little tiny bit of cello.
Wow. And we almost had a harmonium player and a trumpet in the studio with us tonight, but it wasn't.
We
couldn't
did
get
almost.
it together. That would have been like amazing.
Yes, that's one of my favorite. Well, you know, I have a lot of different configurations of my music, and they're all very related. But that one's very portable, and I like it because it's acoustic. It's like everything's acoustic, which I think there's just it's so charming. You know, that it's like, yeah, this could have been any time. You know. Yeah, and it's very powerful. Like the
And
harmonium
it's a
is
really
powerful
interesting
instrument.
combination
Yeah.
and unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it works really, really well.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
another
next time. Yeah, have me back.
I will. But I interrupted you. So you were saying you grew up in a musical home and you were around music your whole life, and so then at what point did you start doing your own thing?
Well, I think the first time I realized that I could write songs, it was completely because of Elliott Smith, like completely. I'd been, I don't know, like I grew up listening to the Beatles, and I love the Beatles.
That's funny that you said that, because there's a couple of moments on your record where there are very Beatlesque moments, and I'm like, oh my God.
Thank
and I
you.
was going to ask you if you, wow.
Well, so what I was gonna say is, Elliott Smith is like heavily influenced by the Beatles. Like he loves the Beatles. So I think I'm more influenced by Elliott Smith than just I don't know, like his lens. But thank you. I'm glad you think that that you could hear some of that. But yeah, like something about the way it seems like he could really express himself in a really honest way that I had not really encountered in music before him. I'm sure that it existed, but he was the first person that I heard who it just felt very honest, and it didn't seem very polished, and I was like, oh, I think I can do that. Like, and then so I started writing songs, and a lot of the songs on the record are songs that I wrote earlier in my life.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, the first song I ever wrote was Fall,
Mhm.
which is on the record, and I think I wrote that song when I was like,
I was going to ask you what
13.
that song is about.
Well, yeah, if you don't mind me talking about it.
I don't mind at all.
Okay. Well, I was going to say also earlier, so I had a pretty horrible accident when I was a kid, and I fell 180 feet and I broke my back in 8 places. And it was like the beginning of like a really long journey, sort of like learning how to like be in my body without pain, and without pain, and that is everything from like eating well to like going to bed early. It's like every day is difficult. But so that song. So at the same time when I was listening to Elliott Smith, it was right after this accident that I had, and I was in the hospital for 2 months, and I don't know if I would have learned how
You were
to.
about 13?
I was 12.
12.
Or I may have been even a little, almost 12, like 11 or 12. But I had a guitar in my hands in the hospital, and I don't know if I would have had the patience to learn guitar if I hadn't been like completely stuck in a hospital bed. So the song "Fall" is partially about that, and then partially about something else, which happens a lot in my songs. Sometimes I have songs that are about like two events at the same time.
Like dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like one eye is seeing one thing and the other eye is seeing another thing.
Wow.
So that song "Fall" is about sort of about that, and then sort of about a guy, which is also very common in my songs.
You know, it makes me think of Kate Bush and is it The Man with the Child in His Eyes or Wuthering Heights? I think The Man with the Child in His Eyes she wrote when she was like 16 or something.
Oh, I
like
don't know.
that.
I don't know that one.
Oh, such an amazing song. And, you know, to have these songs come out later on, that's pretty great. That's pretty, well, it's like Jackson Brown. What did he write? What was the song he wrote when he was like 16? Yeah. Oh, this is so bad. I hate when I forget. And then Greg Allman did it first, and he took it. And anyway, we'll get the answer to that in 1 second. The audience is waving their hand.
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
I know
I'm
the
sure.
answer. But anyway, wow. So that's very exciting because I met you briefly a long time ago when you were very young. You know, not as young as what you were talking about, and then to see you now in this record, and you just seem so very hands-on about it. You know, it seems like you have a lot of agency with this record. So talk about the process of making it. I mean, were these decisions all yours? Did you choose the musicians? How did that happen?
So this record was like, to me, I think of it as like more like I went to school. Like it was like going to school making this record. When I started, Richard Dev Green, he's a really brilliant musician and a really good friend of mine. He heard me at a Christmas party, like just with an acoustic guitar, and he said, "You really need to record your music." And I said, "Oh, okay." You know, it had never really occurred to me. I was pretty young. I think I was, I don't know, 20 or something. So we started the process of recording, and at the time I didn't really know what I wanted my band sound to be. All I really knew was me and my guitar. So we started going into the studio, and it was very simple at first, which is like, you know, some people love that. But yeah, I don't know, as the process went on, we started on tape, and it was going to be very simple, and then I sort of was starting to realize like the magic of the studio, which I had never experienced before. And I was like,
baby.
you know, and it's like a syndrome that they talk about too, you know, where you like go into the studio and you're like, wait, but then there's this, and like, whoa, what if we put like, you know, glockenspiel on it, you know, or like, yeah, or like a harp. So that sort of happened, and as it was happening, like, so yeah, I was discovering all these different places that my music could go, and I've always loved big, like orchestral music and show tunes and things that are just like packed to the brim with like information. So it very quickly went from like girl with a guitar to like, you know, just this like huge, ridiculous sound, and I think it ended up being pretty cohesive at the end, but yeah, I had a pretty big hand in the way that it sounds.
Yeah.
But I definitely had a lot of help also, and a lot of other musicians played on this album. Yeah, and then there are a lot of songs where I'm playing like everything but the drums, and then there are songs where there are a lot of musicians helped. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take care of a little station business, and then I'm going to play another track from the CD, unless you think you can hop over there that quickly. No, you're going to take you need a little refresher. Okay, all right, so we have a plan. We're planning it, we're doing it as we're rolling it out. FUV is proud to be a media partner of the Public Theater. Running now through May 4th, it's Glass Kill, What If Only, Imp. That's quite a title. A collection of stories and short plays written by Carol Churchill and being presented together at the Public for the first time. Info and tickets at publictheater.org. That's the Public Theater with partnership support by FUV. And don't go anywhere.
Capital Enterprises in Port Chester, New York joins you in supporting WFUV, presenting Graham Nash with more evenings of songs and stories, which span across his 60-year career on Friday, July 11th. And Steve Winwood with tickets still available on Wednesday, September 17th. Tickets and more information at capitaltheater.com.
WFUV is grateful to co-chairs Marites and Jarrett Lillian for their support of this year's WFUV Highline Bash. Join the FUV community on Wednesday, April 30th at City Winery to hear live music from Fantastic Cat, Jade Bird, and headliners The English Beat. You do not want to miss this special night, so be sure to come out to party with your favorite station and support the music you love. Go to WFUV.org right now to learn more and to get your tickets.
It's WFUV New York, member-supported public media from Fordham University. On air, online, and always commercial-free.
And you are listening to The Whole Wide World. I'm Delphine Blue. My guest in the studio tonight is Grace Bergere, and she's standing holding her guitar, so that means more live music for the audience of The Whole Wide World here on WFUV right now.
When you told me not to fall for you, I laughed and said, okay. How could anybody be so vain to see themselves that way? Now it is morning and now clearly I can see I became exactly what you begged me not to be. How could I have known you're not made of flesh and bone? You are carved of ice and stone, built to live your life alone. The moments that I spend with you are memories I adore, but every time you go away, you leave me wanting more. You believe surrender always leads to something bad, pretending not to see the pretty thing we almost had. How could I have known you're not made of flesh and bone? You are carved of ice and stone, built to live your life alone. Years I spent on suffering and longing without sun, and you would not believe some of the things that I have done. But I will not stop loving for the sake of rushing blood, and for the memory of the young girl that I once was. How could you have known I'm not made of flesh and bone? I am made of something strong, and you could never do me harm. How could you have known I'm not made of flesh and bone? I am made of something strong, and you could never do me harm.
Beautiful. What was the name of that?
Thank you. That's called Ice and Stone.
Ice
It's
and
also
Stone.
new. But this one is not new, and it's on the record.
My request.
It is called Come and Go. They were all so young and beautiful, with stick and pokes on scarred and dirty skin. We laugh about what people didn't know, and now we never ever let them in on what we did. Tompkins used to be the place to go. I've gotta say, you kinda scare me now. Most of the people that I used to know were smart enough to get out of this town while they still could. We all come and go, we all rest of us can only wait our turn. No matter where, how fast you choose to run, the lessons learned you gotta wanna learn for yourself. We all come and go, we all come and go, we all come and go. One day you are gone, we all come and go, we all come and go, we all come and go. One day you are gone. I'm wondering just what could have been passing through your head that pushed you towards deciding you would choose the dark instead. I guess that I'll never know or understand your mind. I spend my life trying to navigate your map and we all come and go, we all come and go, we all come and go. One day you are gone, we all come and go, we all come and go, we all come and go. One day you
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Grace Bergere, We All Come and Go. That one it's actually called Come and Go, and that is on the brand new album, A Little Blood. And wow, that's so beautiful. And it's about the kids in Tompkins Square Park, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty dark. Yeah, it's sort of just about the transient kids who you see, like crust punks. I used to see a lot more, and they were my friends, and a lot of them have passed away. So
Yeah.
that's sort of about like, it's both about how they sort of came and went from New York, but also like how a lot of them keep dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the melody is incredibly beautiful.
Thank you.
Grace Bergere is my guest here on the whole wide world. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And yes, of course, the song I was trying to think of by Jackson Browne is These Days, and which he wrote when he was 16. But I got a very funny email from someone because, you know, it's a little give and take with this audience. And somebody said These Days, and then they put a quote from the song. Don't confront me with my failures. I have not forgotten them. Which I thought was kind of fitting.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, because I failed to remember the name of the song. So I was confronted with my failure. But anyway, so Grace, you're going to be playing tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night at Bowery Ballroom, and tickets are actually, I'm not just saying this, they are going fast, so if you want to come, you should get one.
Yeah, we can't say ticket prices.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, because, yeah, whatever, we can't. But anyway, so I mean, I know, like, over the years that I've known you, you've always been playing, you've always been gigging. What's coming up next?
Well, I'm going to be touring with Gogol on the West Coast again, which is really exciting. And that is in July. So I'm excited about that. I have me and my band. So yeah, we're playing tomorrow. Also, I have tons of new songs that I'm very excited about, and so hopefully,
So there's another record coming.
Hopefully, yes, hopefully soon. I'm scheming.
And then there's this compilation
Yeah.
that you are part of. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so that is another vinyl coming out tomorrow that will be at the show. It's New York, NY Continuity Volume 1. And it's a compilation from Casa Gogol artists, both of original material of theirs, but also we each picked an artist and a song to cover, New York bands that inspired us. And for me, the obvious choice was the Velvet Underground because I just love them. So I chose All Tomorrow's Parties, and
that's the lead-off track on the record.
It is, yeah. It is, which is really cool for me.
Yeah.
It was nice that it came out, and the whole thing came together very quickly. My track, and then Thurston Moore contributed some amazing guitar work to the track also, which was very generous of him, and I think it really added to the whole thing.
Where did you record it? Just curious.
We recorded at Studio H in Brooklyn. Rich Hutchins was the sound engineer.
And by the way, who's in your band?
He is in my band. Rich Hutchins is my drummer, and he's amazing. Vern Woodhead plays harmonium and bass, and he sings, and he's also amazing. And he's in a band called Woodhead, which you should definitely listen to if you haven't. That's why I like to steal my musicians from bands that I like.
I know a
Thus
great story
taking
about
them-
that, but I'm not going to tell it.
So he's in Woodhead, fantastic. Tree Palmetto plays trumpet, and he's in a great band called Tradici Baci, also a great
that
band.
plays with Jim Thirlwell.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Ooh, getting very interesting.
And then Robin Paulman. Actually, I found him. I had been looking for guitar players on Facebook. There's groups to find musicians, which I had no faith in at all. And I had interviewed one guy who was really good. He was really good. But then Robin was the second person I interviewed, and he came in, and I said, okay, now do Tom York, and he could do that. And then I said, okay, now do the Gun Club, and he would do that. And he was just you could ask him for any flavor, and he could just throw it on there. So he's all of my musicians. I feel like they're secret weapons, each one of them.
I was reading Debbie Harry's book, Face It, and she was talking about when they auditioned Clem Burke when they needed a drummer, and they auditioned some crazy amount, 50 drummers in one day or something, and he was the last one. Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't really get to go off about how fantastic my drummer is either. He is, I had been harassing him to be in my band for years, and then finally he had an opening in his schedule. But he's also in a band called the Art Grey Noise Quintet, which is fantastic. Yes, so
many bands, so little time,
Yes,
so much
yes,
music.
yes.
Well, I thought that maybe we should listen to that track you did with Thurston Moore, that Velvet Underground cover.
Yeah.
How about it? All right, so we're going to listen to that next. You're listening to The Whole Wide World here on member-supported WFUV. We are at 90.7 on the dial and WFUV.org on the web. And all our weekend specialty shows like this one are archived on our website at WFUV.org, so you can listen to anything you missed or listen again to something you liked on demand. All right, so we're gonna cue this baby up.
his face was smooth like plaster on a wall. Just like plaster cracks with age, a face that fair was always bound to fall. And if you sit here long enough, you'll see him crumble right before your eyes. So I'm just gonna sit here and try to soak him up before his body dies. The more pain that a man is in, the more I want to rescue him. I'm trying to squeeze affection from a stone. I gave you everything I had inside my little heart. I cried you oceans in my dreams, and I wove you into art. What happened to the magic man? This place felt very different years ago. Now it's like a graveyard here, but habit drags me where I always go. I used to crawl these streets, and everyone I passed would know my name. But all I see are strangers now, like all my friends got swept out with the rain. This place is sick with memories, it's hooked so deep inside of me, I don't think I will ever get away. And you're still sitting in the same room you were the night we met. Waiting for the day to come, but it hasn't happened yet. Over the years my love has changed, but it hasn't ever done. And if you ever need someone, just let me come inside.
My guest has been Grace Bergere live in the studio here at WFUV. So thank you very, very, very much. You're so generous with your story and your music, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at the Bowery Ballroom.
Thank you, Delphine.
Thanks, Grace. All right, and you are listening to member-supported WFUV. I met someone earlier in the week who told me that, oh, I listen to you on Friday nights, and I was like, thank you. And she said, you play a lot of Paul Weller, and I went, do I?